Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the official podcast. It's your four standard men taking charge. Here is Jackson. We have Andrew as well. We have Charlie. He's here. And Kaya has never left, and he's really cold at the moment. Kaya, how's it going over there?
It is cold in my room, Jackson. Thanks for asking. The weather is fucking cold. I don't know why. Fuck global warming, man. Fuck everybody. You know what? All those Hollywood phonies are called out for being so condescending and talking down to us in their movies about global warming and the cataclysm in every goddamn movie. Maybe they were right. One day it's burning hot. The other day it's just freezing cold. Sick of this shit. Let's just get it over with. Let's melt the ice caps. Can we nuke the ice caps? Would that change anything?
The ice caps aren't the things giving off. They are the things making it cold in your room.
No, I'm saying
it's not like.
I'm saying let's make it worse. Just fuck it. Let's ruin the earth.
Gotcha.
Oh, why?
You're trying to expedite the process, I see.
Yeah.
That's like your Dr. Evil plan.
Why do you immediately go to destroying something instead of trying to fix it?
Kaya's mentality has always been, why should I climb when it can all fall?
Ooh, that was poetic.
Yeah, that was deep.
That was very deep.
Andrew's got
that?
like a notebook over there open on nice little poems.
Dude, I mean, we've tried. What? Recycling hasn't done shit. What's what is it? Paris Climate Accord? Fuck it. What's that ever done for us? Let's make a Pirates Climate Accord where we'd all get ships and bomb the shit out of fucking Antarctica. Screw them.
That's not very helpful, though. Then we'd lose internet connection. Yeah.
Fuck the internet. I don't care. Just destroy the Earth. I'm done.
Internet doesn't come from Antarctica. It's not a natural resource.
Yeah, but by destroying Antarctica, we'd really ruin the whole world. Thus, the internet would fall as well.
All right. I
you guys have some weird trains of thoughts around
all Charlie
change.
cares about is can you still play League of Legends or not when the rest of the planet is being flooded. People are eating one another. Zombies are a thing.
I've always been worried about climate change and how it's going to impact us in 10 years, Kaya, but I thought you were always on the side of recycling is dumb.
What? Wait, I don't recall that being a strong stance I've taken.
I've heard it before.
No, I don't know. Isn't there some dispute whether or not it takes more resources to recycle shit than it is to just make it new?
Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe you were arguing that it's just not like it's just too expensive or something, and it's like useless in that sense since we spend more resources on it.
It sounds like you're using an argument, but Kaya is your scapegoat to portray it.
I don't like recycling. Do you guys have two bins in America? Because we have two bins. Yeah, a yellow one and a green one.
Ours is black and blue, I believe.
Ours depends literally on where you live, what color it is.
In that sense, yeah, fuck recycling in the sense that fuck the laws. God damn it. Like, I was throwing away cardboard. Have I told you guys this story? It's not even a story, just what pissed me off. You're supposed to recycle any cardboard, paper, that sort of shit. I was tossing away a bunch of old Amazon packaging, and you're supposed to bring them to these blue bins in Germany. Well, the bin was full because, nobody picked the shit up, the people who were responsible for it. So I gently leaned the stuff against the bin. I just put it right next to it. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it otherwise?
That's fucking littering. You go find a different bin.
You should be in jail right now, you fucking
I'm not going to walk 30 minutes to another bin. There's like one of these, whatever. Point is, 2 weeks later, I get mail from the city with a €30 fine for littering. And this fucking loser, garbage man, I guess, sat down, dismantled all of the packaging that I had left there so he could find my address and take photos of it as evidence. They included photos in their, like, evidence here. As you can see, this is your name and address that we have found on this piece of discarded paper next to the bin. Okay.
Do you think he got a promotion for that?
Couldn't you easily fight that too?
He's now chief of recycling.
He manages the Twitter account for the garbage company.
He must be so proud of his work.
Couldn't you easily say, yeah, it's not mine? Like, the paper is a coincidence?
What? You mean my address with my name on it? The Amazon label?
Yeah.
Someone's framing you.
What if you put it? What if you were walking by and it fell out of your pocket or something and landed in there? I feel like with semantics, you could easily get around that.
Yeah, I really gotta fight this doppelganger framing me for everything, like littering, pirating John Wick. That guy's ruining me.
They still never caught that guy that pirated John Wick on your computer, that burglar that came in there and downloaded it on your computer.
It's a heinous
He's
crime.
Still at large.
Yeah. So do you have a permanent, like a, what do you call it? Like a crime record? Whatever you call it. Recycling record? Like an anti...
I don't know.
Are you in trouble of going to jail or anything?
I'm not a criminal as far as I know and as far as I'm willing to admit on air, but I don't know if there's like a littering record. Like, am I on some sort of a predator list? Some littering predator list? I can't move anywhere near.
You have to tell everyone in your neighborhood.
I have to let the local police departments know. Like, sometimes I roll down my fucking window, I toss out a Mars bar, a wrapper. Sorry,
motherfucker.
I don't like that.
Yeah, tosses out a whole Mars bar uneaten.
Keeps the wrapper.
Now, did you when they found it, was there proof on the box itself, or was it like a packing slip inside? Because I feel like you fucked up a bit by not removing your address from all of it.
€30 fine, Andrew. I don't think. Yeah, you go through such an effort for a €30
just
fine.
Take the
wearing gloves.
Just take the fucking packing label off the outside, and then they don't know who it is.
No, but I mean, like fighting it, like for a $30 fine.
You don't have to.
I'm not talking about fighting it.
You don't have to raise your voice by like 12 octaves. I know I should have done that now. I didn't realize that I would have the Pink Panther detective looking into my fucking packages. It's not even like I litter. I put it next to the fucking bin. When they come to pick it up, they could have just picked it up. It's not as if I just tossed it across the street like, fuck it.
That's a good point. Yeah, it was still right next to the recycling apparatus, just not inside of it.
You know what you should do, Kaya? You know what would be brilliant? If it's full next time, bring a roll of duct tape with you and just tape it to the bin itself.
You know, the fucked up part is everybody had done the same thing. There was cardboard sitting all around the thing, so it was the city's fuck up for not goddamn emptying the shit. So the whole neighborhood was forced to just leave their crap next to the bin. And I imagine
make it okay.
The garbage man must have just gotten out of his fucking garbage truck like, oh yeah, rubbing his hands here. I'm gonna get some people in trouble for this one.
I've cracked the big case this time, baby.
Do you think he called the police? He like actively dialed 911 or whatever it is in Europe. Just when
I think the fucking
ventilating on the side of the road, freaking out. He hasn't been trained for this.
Oh god,
this is not what I signed up for.
What's the employee manual say? Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh.
He has to hand in his badge at the end of the day and get treatment.
Fucking douche! I bet he
I can't do this.
Probably just crawled on top of the pile of cardboard like Smaug. Like, I own this now, but fucking asshole.
It's fucking awesome. You should be his supervillain now. You should like constantly leave calling cards behind, like the Joker, like the litter bandit or something. Be his arch nemesis.
Amazon slips.
Leave another box with your name on it, fully sealed next to it. But when he goes to pick it up, it just dumps confetti everywhere.
No, better yet, put the next
in the box.
The next box you leave, have his wife's name on it with like a little bullseye.
Yeah, okay. I'll just start stalking him.
Yeah, that's gonna get you another $30 fine probably. I'd avoid that.
Well, yeah.
I'll sit there in a car with a coffee, just staking out the garbage bin because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, it's perfect.
A long con.
I'll bet you're doing it right now.
I am actually there right now. Yeah.
Recording this from your car. We're gonna hear in 5 minutes. Oh, I have to go. He's pulling up.
Fucking sirens. Gonna be a police chase like O.J. Simpson. I'm gonna hide in the trunk, trying to get away from the garbage men chasing me from my candy bar wrappers. Fucking bureaucrats. Yeah, so Nukem.
I thought you said it was an Amazon package there.
What?
It was an expression.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
Wait, it was just candy wrappers?
No.
Yeah, it was an Amazon package of candy wrappers, Jackson. Pay attention.
Oh, yeah, it would have to be an Amazon package. You don't have your name on candy wrappers.
That too.
You cracked the code.
Yeah, Kaya was throwing away all of his Kaya bars that he made. With his fucking smiling face and home address on the package.
A phone number. Need a candy bar? Call Kaya. Ooh, Call Kaya has a nice ring to it.
I wonder what a Kaya bar would taste like. What would you make a Kaya bar out of,
You
Kaya?
can find out. I don't fucking know. I'd cut
Just a
corners.
cement brick.
I'd find some. I'm such a cheapskate. If I was a businessman, I'd probably cut corners even on the sweatshop. I wouldn't even buy it. I would just take it over by force, just invade it with guns, take over a sweatshop of 10-year-olds, force them to make candy bars out of cockroaches, and then sell it to you schmucks.
You know for a fact,
You've lost a customer and me.
your candy bar would just be broken glass covered in chocolate. That's all it would be.
That's all you deserve.
Yeah, it keeps the profit margins tight.
Fucking American fatties. Aren't you guys the whole reason? Let's just throw out some absolutely nonsense statistics here. Don't Americans cause like 128% of global warming? Isn't that true?
Can you get more than 100%?
We're so bad at global warming, we're making it, 28% worse?
Yeah,
it is.
You're very efficient
that
at
works?
fucking us.
Holy fuck.
I heard that America, actually most countries, just send their rubbish straight to China.
Really?
Yeah, they sell, like China would just buy trash from people for some reason. I don't remember the reasons as to why China bought trash from
Turkey
people.
does that too.
Maybe they just like buying trash.
They love
Wait,
it.
Turkey does it too? Why?
I don't fucking know. So, no, wait. So what happens, I think, is people just sell, or no, they pay to have their trash disposed of. So, China,
Oh,
the third world basically just pollutes fucking everything. And I guess we at some point bought plastic waste from England, I think. And then it kind of just made us a loss because nobody in Turkey knows business or anything. How to get rid of. Yeah, you know what the fun part is? We've all seen Chernobyl here, right? The meltdown TV show. Whatever. You know what Chernobyl is?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, well, Turkey's gonna get its own Chernobyl because we're building a nuclear reactor, everyone. Yay.
Oh, God.
Turkish people.
Are they touting it as the biggest, most like powerful reactor? Because that would be worrying.
Okay, so I want to actually tell this funny anecdote. I was out with dinner with a friend, and her fiance actually works at one of the universities where they recruit the people to work at this plant. And it's this project that Turkey is working together with the Russians. So two states where there was a lot of tension, actually rival states, but Russia came in and said, hey, how about we show you how to make a nuclear reactor? Okay. So this guy tells me that they're coming in trying to recruit basically interns from his university to try and teach them how a nuclear reactor works, how they're going to build it, how they're going to run it. So the Russians are going to build it, hand over the keys to us, and then like 20 years later, we're going to own it or some shit. But he explicitly said they are purposefully selecting our stupidest students. And they're definitely not going to teach them anything important. So that's great, knowing that.
So wait, is Russia just setting you up for disaster then? Is that what they're doing?
I would think so. That's what I would do. I don't know why
Are we
you would.
announcing state secrets on this podcast?
Yeah, where did you get this
might actually
information?
get killed for this. You and your your friend's fiance.
Oh, it's not a state secret. It's everyone knows this thing is being built. I'm just saying you are working together with the people who blew up the first one, all right? And you yourself aren't good at anything. I mean, Turkish people, my goodness, the last people I would trust with a nuclear reactor. Somebody's going to fall asleep at the controls. It's going to be Homer Simpson, except drunk on the controls.
So Homer Simpson.
Even Homer at least had a good heart, man. I don't know.
That's true. Homer never shot bullets at the sun because it was too hot outside, as far as I know.
Fuck, I wouldn't be surprised if they started shooting at the nuclear reactor shell. Try and get it to cool down.
It's not working. Hand me the
wedding ceremony.
AK-47.
The temperatures are going too hot. Quick.
Shoot it.
We have to shoot some venting holes in it. Bam, bam, bam.
Turkish people will cut corners. I know they will. The only reason Chernobyl exploded is because those people cut corners everywhere, and they didn't want to fix all the other reactors either. Which is why it became a scandal. I'm telling you, some guy, Mustafa at the reactor factory, is going to sit there and think, can't we like turn down some of these lights, some of this electricity? It's costing us more than we're producing. I think we can make a bigger profit here, fellas. And he's going to disable the security systems. He's not going to run any of the tests because he doesn't feel like getting up at 7 in the morning or something. And then boom, one day you guys are going to get the news that you're not allowed to send your kids out to school today because there might be a radioactive cloud making its way to the Americas.
Kaya, you're giving him too much credit. If he wants to save electricity, he's just going to force the employees to work in the dark in the reactor. And that's what's going to cause it.
Just work by the glow, damn it.
Yeah. Everyone just use your monitor as a second light source. Just try squint real hard. We have to keep the power down.
They're all going to be glow in the dark too. He's going to turn off the lights and everybody is going to glow green. Fucking phosphorus radioactive idiots. Well, there's my 15 minutes of talking, literally. And my oh my, isn't that just a great segue? Last week, what is this, episode 136? 138?
Yeah.
135 was last week.
Okay, 135.
Yeah, 136.
We discussed how much each of us talk. And, Andrew, you and I'm not going to go in jack order for this one. I have the updated numbers. Andrew, you and I decided...
Wait. Before you give it away, how did you update this? Did you just do last episode, or did you do more episodes?
No, I'm going to tell you guys last episode. We decided let's let Charlie and Jackson take the wheel. Andrew and I will shut the fuck up. Here's how that worked out, Andrew. You talked 29 minutes, 42 seconds.
How? How do you do it so effortlessly?
I don't even know.
All right, so that's a solid 30 minutes roughly. So that's
it was only a 60-minute episode.
Yeah,
how's that even possible?
It was an hour and 15. So
it was not.
It's because I dominated the conversation.
It was an hour and a half, Jackson. It was 9 minutes.
All right, so I talked for a third of an episode. What about you, Kaya?
So I, being respectful, giving the guys the floor, 38 minutes and 16 seconds.
You really reeled it back on that one.
Yeah.
So, all right, wait a minute. If I talked for a third and you talked for more than a third, that means that Jackson and Charlie only have a third to split between the two of them.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
All right, so...
I don't understand.
Oh,
I really don't understand.
Compared to our averages, Andrew, you talked more than your average, and so did I. So much for our plan to take a back seat. Okay, I'm still shaking. What the fuck? Might be low blood sugar.
You're so excited.
I know.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
waiting for this moment.
Okay, Jackson, your average was 13 minutes and 35 seconds. Last episode, you talked for 16 minutes and 25 seconds.
Are you kidding me? I felt like I talked forever last episode, and it was only 3 minutes above my average.
It's not easy to dominate the conversation like I do, Jackson.
That's
Charlie.
No, you're cheating.
Charlie, we come to the final conclusion. Which one of you won? Charlie,
I'm thinking
your
like maybe a
average,
crisp 25.
your average was 13 minutes 49. Last episode, you spoke 10 minutes 58 seconds.
Ooh, that's a clean victory there.
Beating your old minimum by a second. You talked 1 second less than your minimum. I don't know how you managed to talk less while being prompted to talk more. You talked less than you do organically. I don't know how that happened. But you lost
like the
decisively. You talked almost a quarter of the time I did.
He tried to
I
win
had to keep-
and lost even harder.
I just had to battle. Jackson's a hard foe to fight against, man. It was just a tough matchup.
That's impressive. Oh, God.
I love how you set a new minimum.
I was going for world records, to be honest with you.
Don't worry, I'll take it easy on you this week, Charlie.
It's too
I'll
late,
let you
Jackson.
have the floor.
I think you've already won.
Well,
I'm already past 12 minutes.
boys, we need to celebrate. We need to figure out a way to celebrate this new accomplishment for lowest amount of time talking. So why don't we do even less effort and have something delivered to us via Postmates? What do you guys think about that?
I think that sounds delicious, Andrew.
That's right, because when you need red wine at 4 p.m., maybe sushi at 9 p.m., breakfast burrito 8 a.m., or even that ibuprofen at 10 a.m., you can use Postmates. Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever you want kind of delivery service. Anything you're craving, Postmates can deliver. They are the largest on-demand network in the U.S. and offer delivery from restaurants, grocery stores, convenience stores, all that kind of stuff. If you are lazy and don't want to leave your house, Postmates will get it for you. It's like having your own little butler that just, you go, oh, yeah, I want some of that stuff over there. And they've already got it for you, prepped and waiting in their soft gloved hands. You can download the app for Postmates for Android and iOS for free. That'll let you browse local restaurants and businesses that are part of Postmates family, and you can track your deliveries in real time. For a limited time, though, which is not real time, for a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days.
Jesus Christ.
That is actually a lot of money. To start your free deliveries, download the app and use code OFFICIAL. That's code OFFICIAL for $100 of free delivery credits for your first 7 days of using Postmates. Anything you need, anytime you want it, Postmate it. Download Postmates and save with code OFFICIAL.
That's a lot of money. Free credit.
That is OFFICIAL.
Yeah, go use it.
Yes.
It's a good service.
Back on topic.
Yeah, that was the topic. That was so much for the competition. I don't know what Jackson won, but he is no longer.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
what do I get?
your reward is that no one can anymore say that you are the most silent one on the show. How's that?
That was my crown for a long while, though. I kind of like fit into that role, if it makes sense. Like that, I feel kind of lost now. If that's not my role, what do I do?
You're talking so much, Jackson. Jesus, I liked when he didn't talk a lot. Don't you guys agree? Jackson just taking over. I don't like Jackson's takeover. Kaya, take the helm.
So, being the industry titans that we are in the podcasting business, we have yet buried another podcast, witnessed its demise. Maddox's show is over now. He yesterday streamed the last episode of his sad fucking show that nobody ever watched anyway, where he has on complete
Were you the only
nobodies.
person in the audience? Were you the only person in his audience?
So because it was the last episode, Dick tweeted it out, and all of us, of course, joined in to see him play out his show and see how it must have looked. And God, it was so sad.
Oh, that's sad.
The video had more dislikes than live viewers. He had a moderator rapidly deleting every single comment, including super chats, because it was just people making fun of him. The audio was shitty. And so the way they had the camera set up, though, this is the funny part. You could sometimes see Maddox's laptop, and you could see a computer screen they had up. Both of them showing YouTube comments, the live comments. And every time Maddox would look down at his computer or his phone to check the comments, he would immediately start frowning. And then at some point he left his own show for 10 minutes, just told people to type over until he said he was gonna go take a piss, and then he didn't come back for like 15 minutes. Great shit. So there goes Maddox. George, as he likes to be called now.
What's he doing now?
How did he conclude it? What was like the send-off, the season finale?
So the send-off.
He went to piss. Didn't you hear him?
Basically, he had a rotating cast of absolute nobodies on. He was having on different guests, like bringing on a different guest into the studio every 10 minutes, and then some of them, I think, at least one of them just left before he came on because he got bored waiting. It was a sad show. Sad shit. Now he does that Godzilla whatever podcast, remember, where he reviews Godzilla, Charlie?
Oh, God.
Which apparently his format for that show is a complete ripoff of an already established Godzilla podcast. So good job, Maddox. You can't even come up with original things anymore.
You're telling me he ended a podcast to work on another podcast? That's it?
Yeah. Which I assume also gets no views.
Jackson, would you like to bump your record up? You were going to ask a question.
No, it wasn't. That was my question. I'm just trying. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, that was my question. You're right. I'm good.
Now here's a rambling for time.
Charlie, you can come in with the steal.
I don't like Maddox.
Oh,
verbose.
And you wonder why you lose.
Well, it's not my fault that I'm cutting edge.
Hey, it's not how you use your words. It's not how big your words are. It's how you use them. Something.
Exactly.
That's true.
Of course, girth always counts. All right, let's see. I haven't researched this at all. I just wrote it down because I assumed you would know everything about it, Andrew. Apparently, some place called Hentai Haven was scammed by a place called Faku.
I don't know about this, actually. I'm surprised I don't.
All right. Well, from what I read, some dude who ran Hentai Haven had to sell the website to Faku, which I don't know what that is, like a company or something.
Fuck you.
FAK? Is that what you're talking about?
FAKKU.
Okay.
Faku.
Faku.
Yeah. Oh, that's
like Jakku
another
from the planet from Star Wars.
That's another hentai website.
Okay. Well, the guy he took back his website for briefly for a couple of minutes, and you wrote this explanation about how Faku fucked him out of his fucking money, and now he's all out of a job and all that, and people should know. I brought it up because I thought maybe you would have been all up in it, down in it, being angry that your favorite hentai site was taken down or something.
Nah,
Do people actually have brand loyalty to these websites?
Oh my god, brand loyalty is ingrained in everywhere in society. Of course they do.
Even Hentai Haven?
Even anything.
Oh,
even
yeah.
subreddits.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like literally even the smallest parts of the internet are going to have loyalty to something.
Jackson, let me give you a good example. How many porn websites are on the internet? Right?
How the fuck would I know that?
Just take a guess, and then think about how many times Pornhub is the one that everyone references.
Well, that's just because it's got everything.
Yeah,
That's brand loyalty. Yeah, it is brand
What?
loyalty. Think how many literal millions of porn websites there are out there that have pretty good traffic, and yet everyone always uses
Brand
Pornhub.
loyalty to me means that you're going to stick with Pornhub even if they don't have what you're going for. But if I wanted to
Exactly.
go for something different, I would go somewhere other than Pornhub, which means that I don't have brand loyalty with Pornhub.
Yeah, brand loyalty doesn't really work in that case though, Andrew, because the reason Pornhub is popular is because of their huge list of videos. It's not because people are so loyal to Pornhub, it's that it has everything, so they go there by default. But like Jackson said, if they want something else, they'll go somewhere else. Brand loyalty is more like Apple.
But what about RedTube and YouPorn and shit that have just as many videos?
They don't have that many videos. I don't know if you've been on them recently, but neither one of them have that big of a selection.
No, I haven't been on them recently. I just go to Pornhub.
Yeah, there you go.
My loyalty does not lie with Pornhub.
But no,
it lies with porn.
Definitely, there's brand loyalty in porn websites. I'm totally not surprised by that. For hentai, it'd probably be like usability, image database.
Oh, dude,
what they have.
Massive. Just anything Japanese. The fucking Crunchyroll purists. Anything. I bet you there's at least an armada of neckbeards in their little mobility scooters arguing how Faku is better than Hentai Haven. Because maybe they get the translations a day earlier or some stupid shit like that. Maybe they have a special algorithm that gets rid of the mosaic censorship. I don't fucking know.
Hell,
so what you're saying is the world will never be the same now that Faku has taken over.
One of the first results for searching this debacle is a post on a message board saying Hentai Haven is shut down. What are the best alternatives? So.
Well, I mean, if you want to
brand loyalty,
give it a glance, Andrew. It's in the topics channel. Somebody posted an image of whatever the guy wrote. Let's see what else we have. I'm all discombobulated right now.
I only have angry topics written down, like how did you hear about Disney saying no to putting Spider-Man on some poor kid's grave?
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that. What's that?
So,
I did see that.
Do you want to take this one, Jackson? I have the article.
No, you take it.
No. Get your points. Get your points, Jackson.
What's my... I mean, so basically... It's a tragic story. There was a kid that recently died from a terminal illness. He loved Spider-Man. Like, it was his favorite property, his favorite person, etc., kids. And he died, as I said, and then his dad wanted to put Spider-Man on his grave because it was kind of like, a symbolic gesture. The kid loved him. And then so the dad went to Disney, which in my opinion was a mistake. He should have just done it. But I get the thought process there. But he went to Disney to ask for permission to put Spider-Man on the grave. And then Disney came back and said, no, you can't put him on his grave. And it's just the most heartbreaking shit. The dad's like just heartbroken over it. And now there's a giant like uproar on the internet about it, rightfully so. I just don't understand who makes that kind of decision.
I mean, probably just some intern.
Himself.
Dude, I just don't think they have that much leeway. What the fuck do you want the person on the phone to really be able to say? Probably just read down a list of rules that he's been handed down from management, saying if anybody asks,
I don't understand
if
how
they can,
that's. I don't understand how that's a rule though. How is that a rule? Like I thought, copyright law only took precedent when like the person was making a profit.
Oh, not anymore. Oh, not anymore, Jackson. Copyright
law. You're not
law,
making a profit in a fucking cemetery.
No. Copyright law has been extensively rewritten and stretched apart by Disney, actually, because of Mickey Mouse. And now copyright law, if you're a company and have an intellectual property, you can get away with so much shit on it. Even if you're not making profit.
You're not getting away with shit. You're not missing out on any profit or anything.
Oh, it does not matter.
No.
You don't know that. Maybe Disney wants to sell its own for tombstones.
Tombstones.
Yeah. God. You don't know if they want to get into the business of child caskets or whatever. So the article says...
What if they're going to make their own Disney brand coffins soon and you can buy them at Disney World?
Oh, bro, get them all. Assemble all the Avengers for all your dead children.
Yeah, have 7 kids and let them all die.
The media giant said it wants to preserve the innocence and magic of the company's characters.
Oh, suck my balls.
It wasn't even your character until 6 months ago, you giant
It wants to preserve the innocence. What is more innocent than a child's grave? Honestly. I'm not even
that's
joking.
One way of saying it.
Ollie Jones died of a rare genetic disease and was given a Spider-Man send-off. Hey, what does that mean? Did they, like, spider web him, leave him hanging from a lamppost like the bad guys?
They set his body out and Spider-Man swooped in and carried it away.
They glued him to a rocket and sent him into space like Venom. It featured a horse-drawn... Oh, it actually says here. It featured a horse-drawn carriage decorated with red and blue balloons, British newspaper Metro reported. I don't even know if this is a reputable source or anything. His family's last trip together had been to Disneyland so he could meet his beloved superhero. Ollie's dad, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so first he asked the local council for permission. Why the fuck is it anybody's business? I just don't get it.
Yeah. You know what he should have done? What the parents honestly should have done? They should have just fucking put Spider-Man on the tombstone and then put
have
it
Disney
on the grave.
go destroy it. Yeah. Then Disney would go destroy it themselves and then bang, Disney's the bad guy.
Exactly.
Even more so.
That means
Disney's already the bad guy here.
Well, no, think about how much worse it would look. If the gravesite was already there, then it becomes Disney suing a family to remove their son's gravestone.
And then
that's so much worse.
For emotional distress caused. Holy shit, there is money in this. Lloyd said the movie...
Wait, what? Say it again?
I said they could sue Disney if they came in and just destroyed the tombstone. I bet they would have a good case to sue Disney in that case. And Disney, holy shit, they are rich. They can pay. Lloyd said the movie giant is trying to disassociate their characters from death.
No one in the world was going to hear about this until now.
I know.
You've just associated Spider-Man with greediness.
That's not even associating Spider-Man with death. It's associating Spider-Man with that kid's life. That's the whole point.
A company representative wrote, "We follow a policy that began with Walt Disney himself that does not permit the use of characters."
Walt Disney wanted Spider-Man on his grave.
They told him no.
You have to be a Disney employee to have Spider-Man on your grave.
Began with Walt Disney himself that does not permit the use of characters on headstones, cemetery, or other memorial markers or funeral urns. Oh.
Isn't Disney's grave, doesn't it have a giant Mickey Mouse on it?
That would suck.
I'm serious.
That's a good question, actually. I think you're right. I'm pretty sure it does.
Well, yeah, of course they're going to give the creator.
Yeah, but that's against his policy.
Nothing is against his policy if it's him. He could have got away with anything. Same with any of the executives.
A quick Google search shows that Walt Disney's grave not only has 2 Mickey Mouse silhouettes on it, but an outline of the Disney castle and Tinkerbell. Fuck this guy.
I love how he threw that one in. He wants some lolicon in the afterlife. Give me that Tinkerbell too.
Fuck that guy.
I can guarantee it's never probably Walt that made this decision.
Oh, not at all. It's board executives, I guarantee.
Didn't Kaya just read from Walt himself?
Did you?
A representative said that they are following a policy that's been there since Walt himself or something, or began with Walt himself.
Made by someone
They
else.
also, apparently they reached out and said this. This is great, the ending to this. Although we cannot grant the family's request, we would be pleased to commemorate your nephew with a hand-inked, hand-painted, personalized action frame from the movie, in parentheses, that recognizes his love for Spider-Man, which will read, "For your blank," nephew's name. So I guess they're just supposed to fill out the name themselves. This company can't even give a shit to sign it.
They really couldn't give the name in the press release to make it seem like they at least care a little bit.
This article just reads, "For your blank. Thank you for letting us share in the magic of your life and your dead kid. Your friends at the Walt Disney Company." Assholes.
It's just heartbreaking. Like,
well,
I just feel really bad for the dad. He wanted to do something for his son, and just to be told by a corporation you can't do this small gesture.
Just use Turkish Spider-Man or something. Just skirt the copyright laws.
Spider-Man with a mustache.
Yeah, or with like sombrero. On the upside,
Spider-Man.
Disney could try to do it better on the second attempt here. It says Ollie's sister Lila, 6, also suffers from leukodystrophy, the disease that killed the boy. So try again, Disney.
Dude, this is such a good way for DC to finally come back. That girl should want like Batman on her grave, and Warner Brothers should be all like, "Oh, you want Batman? No, actually, we hired a gravestone maker to put the whole fucking Justice League on there. You're welcome for free.
We'll bury Adam West with your daughter."
Yeah, we'll put her in the Adam West cemetery. You know what?
Honestly, that's kind of where these companies are at, though. Like, to get good press whenever something like this happens.
Yeah, we'll dig him up, put him on a stake, put a fucking thing up his ass, and just
went ahead
put him
and
right there.
hired Christian Bale to sing at her funeral. No problem. Do you guys need anything else?
It's polar opposites with these corporations. When nobody's watching, they'll act like arseholes like this and deny people like just the smallest pleasantries. And then when everyone's eyes are on them, they'll go out of their way to just pander constantly.
Oh yeah, they're complete assholes. Just like how at the end of, what are we now, July? On like June 30th at 11:59 p.m., all the companies take out that pride flag from their icons. Like, oh, thank God, fuck this, it's over. We don't have to pander to them anymore. What month is it now? I want to take the pledge and say that you can use an official podcast tombstone if your kids die.
Yeah, I would recommend against it, but
that's right, ladies and gentlemen out there listening. If you die, you can have my face on your gravestone. It's fine.
Jackson, are you saying you're trying to disassociate our brand from death and whatever the fuck?
No, I'm trying to disassociate their memory from us. I would feel bad for them, not for me.
Why? If
we're heroes just like Spider-Man.
Why? Yeah, what if they really like us? What if Milk Kid is like, I want to be buried in milk?
I'm not saying they can't do it.
Okay.
I'm not saying they can't do it.
You just convince them not to.
I'll try my darndest.
Why do you think that's a bad idea? What's wrong with that?
Because we talk about okay, if it's like a 20-year-old dude or whatever, that's fine. But if we're talking about 5-year-old children, I don't want like a image of us jerking off over their tombstone.
Jackson, are you anything about jerking off on
Jesus.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, wow, you're a fucking sick man.
That's what these references are, though.
No,
in this podcast.
Jackson,
that's what they would choose.
You're thinking small. How amazing! How next level advertising would it be to have a child's gravestone and on the front it just says blueapron.com/official?
Oh, awesome!
Why are you guys thinking of this in terms of advertisements? It's a kid's memory. God damn it!
That's what they're gonna remember.
advertisements, Jackson. Have you tried honey yet?
He would want us to make
I
money.
have, and honey's fantastic.
Imagine if, like, 1,000 years from now, some
Honeywood?
archaeologist digs up these kids' graves and every layer is just our advertisers, some sort of branding, and they're trying to decipher them like hieroglyphs because they have a new alphabet or something. I hope they can still decipher joinhoney.com/official, Andrew.
Oh yeah, they can. Guys, something's coming. Something big is coming. Something known as the biggest shopping day on the planet, called Amazon Prime Day. It is the most insane day of savings across the internet's largest marketplace. And did you know that you can use honey on Prime Day? Did you know that you can use honey every day? Because honey is free. It is a free browser extension that searches the internet for coupon codes and then, like magic, automatically applies them to the cart at your local internet website. That means that you don't have to pay a subscription. You don't have to do any surveys for it. You don't have to do it's free. So you can use it at all times, always in your life, Amazon Prime Day or not. Simply put, if there's a better price, honey will find it for you in seconds. All four of us, no candor, no pander, no nothing, use honey and have saved money on things with honey. And it's free. I don't know why every man, woman, and child is not born with a honey account. I don't get it. It's just too easy and convenient and saves actual money. I'm going to pick someone at random. Jackson, what was the last thing you saved with honey?
Oh God, I'd have to think about that. I use it a lot.
I know.
Recently, probably the biggest savings I made recently was the Oculus Quest, which was last month.
There you go.
I think it was last month. Yeah, I saved a lot of money on that, roughly about $30 off that.
Yeah. And what did you have to do? And please say nothing, because I know that's the answer. Good talk. Add honey for free.
You wanted me to say nothing.
Oh. Gotcha. I thought you were actually going to say the word nothing. Oh, well.
Oh God, this is a mess.
Just whatever. You can add honey for free in 2 clicks. It's that easy. That's literally all that matters. If you want to start saving today on Prime Day or any day, just add honey. And you can join honey for free at joinhoney.com/official. That's joinhoney.com/official. Honey is the online savings you love simplified.
All right, so before we move on, can we just reaffirm, like, fuck Disney for that move? Just so that everyone knows that we're completely and firmly against that kind of decision-making process.
Well, Disney as a whole company is pretty fucking evil, not just for that, but just in general. There's a really shady shit. Do you guys know about that time they, like, took over a small town? I don't remember where. But they literally took over an entire town's government, like their governing body, to make it all in favor of Disney, like destroying the town to make
Isn't
it
that
more...
Reedy Creek, where Disney World is located?
I'm not sure
The
where,
Reedy
but it's
Creek.
They own that, like, that city pretty much.
Yeah, the Reedy Creek Improvement District
Yeah.
is the immediate
is-
governing district for the land of Walt Disney World.
And
Maybe
they
that's
completely own that. They have their own police department. They have their own fire department. They have, like, they control not the overall laws in that area, but they control, like, the permits and everything so that they can build whatever they want within federal law.
That's probably the one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, the kind of shit Disney does.
And I mean, I feel like a lot of people would tell you that's a lot of companies do that.
Well, that doesn't make it okay, though.
No, I'm just saying Disney isn't especially evil, I don't think. I mean,
It's just
Why are you
Disney
trying to make
is-
excuses for them?
companies bribe politicians. I admire their cruelty, Jackson. I look up to it.
Oh God, Kaya, you just
Beautiful.
thank God you just gave me a good segue on the whole companies being evil and stuff that I've enjoyed. It's not much of a topic, but have you guys seen the Monopoly Man at the Google hearings?
What does that even mean?
Oh fuck yeah!
Is that
Fuck yeah! All right. Let me break this down for you. I love this guy. So Google does a good handful of hearings before Congress or whatever. When they're doing business shit or they have to answer questions and this and that. And Google is apparently they spend the most money on corporate lobbying Yes,
Lobbering.
Google and its fucking lobbering. Google spends more money on lobbying than I keep fucking it up. Amazing.
Nice.
That's a twofer. Google spends more money on lobbering. They do more of it than any other company in America.
There's a title for the episode. Google is lobbering.
Yeah, please, lobbering. Google's lobbering. They do more of it than any other company in America. So now, out of protest, every time they have a hearing before a governing body, there's a guy who shows up to it just dressed as JP Moneybags, the Monopoly man, and he just sits in the back and makes goofy faces the entire time.
That's pretty goofy.
It's
I like
pretty
that.
great.
Does that actually get any kind of reaction? out
Yeah,
of
he's had
Mr. Google.
He's had articles and shit on like big news outlets. People are noticing it. But every time the camera is on the guy speaking for Google, you just see this dude with a giant white mustache in the back making silly faces. And like rubbing his hands greedily and shit. It's great. It's really funny. I highly recommend. There's footage of it. Some of you go out there and just find clips of him just sitting in the back and doing it. It's really funny.
There's a picture of him where he's standing up behind the guy with a thing of money with $20 bills pouring out of it.
It's so
That's
good.
really cool.
I love
I've never
that
seen
kind of
this guy.
protests where it's fun, but it's also people are noticing it, like it's getting the point across. I think it's brilliant. It's great.
He's got to stick with it though. It's got to become a lifelong.
he's
got to take that identity.
He's been doing it for a while, apparently. Like I think he's done it 4 or 5 times now.
He should
Keep
show
it
up
up.
to the Disney hearings then with a noose around his neck. Like you hate the dead.
In Walt Disney's suit. That'd be great.
Oh, he's like way in the back.
You can
No,
still
he's
see
not.
him clearly.
Oh, no.
He's only like 3 rows back.
Yeah, only in a couple of them is he in the back. There's a couple where he's literally right behind the guy.
So can just anyone get into these corporate hearings?
I believe so, but I mean, obviously, a bunch of it is reserved for the people who are supposed to be there. But I think they have a public audience section. Because
it's on C-SPAN.
I know if you want to go to like public court hearings for certain things, you can just go. So, I believe so.
Nice guy. Hopefully it changes Google's ways.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, like it will.
I fucking
I
bet.
just really liked it. I
Google
just
was the
wanted to
kind of
mention
company
it.
who would dig up a dead child just to sell it back to the parents.
That's true. Google is an exceptionally evil one, to be fair.
They all are.
No,
Google
there's like
is
3 that I can
genuinely
think. Yeah, there's 3 that I can always think of off the top of my head, which is Nestle, Google, and Disney. To me, those are like the 3 most evil.
Nestle's the ones that have like
I would
copyrighted
say,
water, right?
I'd say that Apple.
The formula for water.
said Nestle,
H2OA
Google,
sounds
and
like
Disney?
our deal.
Yeah.
I feel like Apple would be a hard runner for that as well.
Apple just makes shit products that are anti-consumer. These 3 do like genuinely evil shit. Jackson's not kidding. Nestle literally forbids water in some part of Africa where like their water gets bottled or something.
Yeah,
they made it so
they steal the natural water from that region.
yeah. And so they have to buy water from Nestle if they want to survive,
yeah.
basically. It's unreal.
Didn't they at some point start like a breast milk brand, like some milk thing that they would give to mothers so they could give it to their children, and then when every mother started using it, they jacked up the price and told the mothers it would be harmful to the kids if they stopped now.
Yeah, something like that. Or it made them
sounds about
addicted
right.
to like their formulas or something. Something weird with babies.
I don't know why more people don't talk about Nestle. They do some incredibly evil shit,
Like what?
like the 2 we just talked about.
Well, what else?
Those are the
I want to hear more. I'm really invested, actually.
If I remember correctly, there was a really old one about how they actually killed infants in that part of Africa because they
Probably.
overworked them or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Overworking infants? Those are some strong
yeah,
babies.
It was something like that. I don't quite remember. It was like in the 90s or 80s or something. Well, they had like a huge boycott because of it. I just don't remember what it was about. I know it was something about death of children. Yeah, they're a horrible company.
But are these companies too large where they just can't fail? Basically, like how do you get rid of like?
That was
Yeah,
what
okay.
that was what the oh god, what's the name of the bill? It was a really famous one where it's what split up monopolies and large businesses. We put checks and balances in that Antitrust Act.
Well,
Thank you,
it's
Chad.
it's working fantastically. Good job, guys.
Yeah, we put the Sherman Antitrust Act. That was it. We put it into plan because it literally, at a certain point in our economy, people realized, oh, capitalism, if you just get a big enough company, you just buy every other company, and then congrats, you win.
Then the economy becomes dependent on that company.
Exactly, and that was the big problem. So
Right.
we put a bunch of laws in place that were like, hey, you got to split that shit up if that's starting to happen. So it's not perfect, but it used to be way, way worse. Like, I think it started because railroads were owned by just one dude. And
Yeah, Rockefeller.
Yeah, Rockefeller. And he was like, hey,
I thought it was Taft.
what?
Taft was a president.
Taft was a president. No. But yeah, Rockefeller, he was like, hey, do you want to ride my railroad? No? Okay, I guess you literally can't go anywhere. Fuck you. Bye. So then they split all that shit up, did a bunch of other stuff.
Maybe it wasn't Rockefeller, actually. Who were the
Whatever,
three?
I
There
don't
was,
remember who it
People are
was.
saying Rockefeller owned banks and oil.
there was
No,
two
Morgan
big guys,
owned
though.
banks. That's why we have J.P. Morgan.
Yeah,
today.
J.P. Morgan was banks. I know that, but I don't think Rockefeller was railroads. Now that I think
Well,
about
maybe
it,
it's Taft. Maybe it was Taft.
Believe it or
I think
not,
it was the Taft.
Believe it or
family.
not, despite being American, Charlie and I are not that up to snuff on our 1920s businessmen.
I only know
Taft was
Rockefeller.
the first man who put the White House on the rails.
Yeah, and he rode it all around the country campaigning.
on his line.
That would be cool.
That would be fucking awesome. That's like some Snowpiercer shit.
Yeah,
Either
that's what I
way.
would do. I'd have a Mad Max
absolutely.
motorcade to campaign. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
what was that shitty movie where London was on wheels?
What?
Oh,
That sounds
Mortal
awesome.
Engines. Oh,
Mortal Engines.
that
Yeah,
one.
that was a
Oh,
stinker.
that's what that was about? I thought
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
a
a stinker.
sequel to Wild Wild West.
I wish.
It looks like it, though, doesn't it? Or am I
it's a
thinking
fun
of a different
concept,
movie?
but it's absolute ass. Yeah, it's just cities on wheels, and it's like Fast and Furious with towns. But
That's cool, though. I
But
like
it
that
never
concept
happens.
a lot.
It happens twice.
Became a romance movie.
I don't even fucking remember what happens in the movie. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, that was a disappointing one.
Fuck, I'm trying not to pass out here.
You okay? What's wrong?
Disney's getting him.
I'm getting real lightheaded.
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
Are you actually? He might be. What's wrong? Are you passing out or something?
No, I realize I haven't eaten anything in like 12 hours, so I think that's it.
Go have a
So-
snack.
Blood pressure is low, maybe.
Yeah, very low, I think. So, a little confused right now, but whatever, we have topics. Have you guys seen these absolute degenerates going around licking food in supermarkets and putting it back?
Oh, fuck those kids.
I just heard about that yesterday, actually.
I saw that like
douchebags.
when it started. Fuck those fucking kids, man.
They're not even
well,
kids.
one of the girls is facing 20 years in jail.
Good.
She isn't
deserves
anymore,
it.
but
Oh.
not all of them are kids. A lot of them are
what
fucking
happened?
adults. They go
Fuck
into
those
these
adults.
stores. They take the lid off of this special, I don't know, some Bluebell, I think, brand of ice
They
cream.
just do ice.
Yeah,
it's ice
it's
cream.
Bluebell.
Yeah.
Not just ice
Bluebell
cream.
specifically was the one before.
It became a
started
fucking
this whole thing.
trend because of course it did. Because 16-year-olds are retarded, so they went around Walmarts opening up whatever food they could without it being too obvious and licking it, spitting on it.
The worst one I saw was some I don't know if he was a guy or a girl. He walked up to
You can't tell it's a
like
dude.
a Lister. Well, they walked up to a Listerine bottle, opened it up, and poured it in their mouth, swigged it around, and then spat it back in the bottle, and sealed it back up and put it behind them, and then walked off real smug and proud.
Ladies and
Like, how much of a
gentlemen.
degenerate do you have to be to do this kind of shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, please, we would all like to remind you from the show, check those labels, check those caps of everything you buy. Make sure that sealed for freshness seal is still there.
So
Buy
the,
it from the back. Like,
Yeah,
go as far back
that
as you
too.
can.
so the dumb bitch you mentioned, Charlie, the one who supposedly was going to get 20 years. Police in Lufkin, Texas have identified a juvenile who was seen licking a tub of Bluebell ice cream in a now viral video. The juvenile could be seen licking the ice cream at a local Walmart before putting it back into the freezer. Before the suspect was identified as a juvenile, police said she could have faced up to 20 years in prison. They had planned on arresting her on a charge of second-degree felony tampering. Apparently, the Walmart people, they quickly saw the video online and they went to the whatever section in the freezer and identified the one package that she licked, and they, just to be safe,
How?
They
How the fuck do you
forensicked
do
it.
that?
They tracked down her fingerprints and the
she
angle
gave
of
it
the
a
crime.
gigantic lick. I would assume that's how, but well, they used security footage and all that. And the footage this idiot uploaded herself to locate which place in their store it was. And they say they got rid of all of the ice cream in that section just to be safe.
It's that kind of like smug attitude that makes it even worse for me. Like where they upload it and they like you see them defending their actions in the comments and acting all like I don't know, they're just so arrogant about it. It's that kind of attitude that makes me think that they should get max punishment because they're clearly not remorseful.
That's not why. That's not the reason for why the 20 years she was facing. It's a lot of people said, "Oh, this is racism."
Cut off her tongue.
Hmm?
No, of course. That sounds about right.
What did you say?
I said you should cut off her tongue.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Pirate Captain Jackson.
King Joffrey over here. So no, I looked it up. I looked up why everyone was like 20 years in prison of all places just for licking a tub of ice cream. This is racist, yada yada. So I decided to look up why the fuck the punishment is so harsh for spitting on food. So this is a little long, but basically in the 1982, some douchebag went around switching Tylenol with, what's that shit that kills you?
Cyanide.
Cyanide, yeah. He went
cyanide,
around switching Tylenol with cyanide. So it says, found this article about it. Early on the morning of September 29th, 1982, a tragic medical mystery began with a sore throat and a runny nose. It was then that Mary Kellerman, a 12-year-old girl from Elk Grove Village, told her mother and father about her symptoms. They gave her one extra-strength Tylenol capsule that, unbeknownst to them, was laced with the highly poisonous potassium cyanide. Mary was dead by 7 a.m. And then, so the whole nation got panicked by that. Same day, 27-year-old Adam Janus dies of what was initially thought to be a massive heart attack, but turned out to be a cyanide poisoning as well. His brother and sister-in-law, 25 and 19, rushed to his home to console their loved ones. Both experienced throbbing headaches, a not uncommon response to a death in the family, and each took a Tylenol extra-strength capsule or two from the same bottle Adam had used earlier in the day. Stanley died that very day, and Theresa died 2 days later. And then a bunch of more people died, so some dude who has yet still not been caught to this day went around putting cyanide into Tylenol bottles, and he killed a bunch of fucking people doing that. So after that happens, Johnson & Johnson, which manufactures the Tylenol stuff, they had to recall 31 million bottles of Tylenol. They offered replacements to anyone who had already bought some. And they offered a reward to find the guy. The police got super involved in this, the FBI. And then...
So I assume now that everything has to be sealed.
Yeah,
Yes,
they changed all the laws. They changed all the regulations. So now manufacturers like them, they have to make it obvious. Well, not... See, my brain is not working right now. Tamper-proof packaging,
they have to do
whatever.
their due diligence.
In 1983, the U.S. Congress passed what was called the Tylenol Bill, making it a federal offense to tamper with consumer products. In 1989, the FDA established federal guidelines for manufacturers to make all such products tamper-proof. So that's why this bitch was facing 20 years in prison, because this is literal felony at this point. Good. Fuck her.
As well it should be.
Yeah, absolutely should be.
No, I'm completely fine with that.
Okay, here, I also took this funny part from the article. One man, James Lewis, claiming to be the Tylenol killer, wrote a ransom letter to Johnson & Johnson demanding $1 million in exchange for stopping the poisonings. After a lengthy cat-and-mouse game, police and federal investigators determined that Lewis lived in New York and had no demonstrable links to the Chicago events. That said, he was charged with extortion and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Fucking idiot. So this dude did time for a crime he didn't even commit. That's what happens, idiot.
Well, he did commit. No, he did commit a crime though.
Not the crime he
Just
admitted
not
to.
the crime, yeah.
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 He thought he was going to
Extortion's still a
capitalize.
crime.
I love how
But
he
how
got
would he-
caught in the crossfire.
How would he have even fixed the poisoning? Would he have gone around to every house and took back the?
Well, he was never going to. He just wanted the money, Jackson. He wasn't going to stop
Yeah,
it.
really.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking like from the law agency's perspective, like they would have thought what I just thought, and obviously,
Well, he didn't say he was
realized that
going to go
his
around.
claims were bullshit.
He wasn't going to go around personally hunting down the packaging that he tampered with. I assume the deal was he just stops making new ones.
Right? Yeah. Okay. That makes
But yeah,
sense,
man, fuck, that is scary, dude. Imagine giving your little kid
It
a
is scary.
headache pill and then just you see foaming in her mouth.
Yeah.
fuck
What's
that.
sad though is a lot of those measures don't even prevent this kind of shit. Like someone could so easily just put a needle through the little tamper seal and just inject the shit
say
into
that.
like a pill or not really a hard pill, but like a capsule. It's
That's why I chew my tablets.
yeah. I've looked into this on my own time. It's said that it's more kind of makes you feel safe when it doesn't actually do a lot. So people out there, you're still in danger anytime you take pills.
Thanks, Andrew.
The Tylenol killer is still out there.
Andrew just wanted to make sure you all knew.
I bet
He's
it's
probably a YouTuber now, to be honest.
I bet
his
it's
prank
Ted Cruz.
yeah.
Let's see.
Why would you say Ted
I'm
Cruz?
sure the guy's wearing fantastic pants, though, Andrew.
It's a joke about
That's
him
true.
being the Zodiac.
That's true. Well, no, he probably dresses like shit because he's not smart. Like, if he's a fucking tampering serial killer who's putting stupid medicine in your fucking Tylenol, then he's a dumbass because he's not going to be wearing something good. Which is why you, an upstanding, nice citizen who pays taxes and is in a great, loving relationship with friends and family, you're going to wear some Express clothing because it's going to help you find all the things that you need to wear, including the perfect pair of jeans. Tell them about it, Charlie.
Yeah, Express clothing's just pretty fucking dope. I don't know. It's good deal, good price, good clothing. And there's not a whole lot more to go into.
What's the
You
deal?
like good clothes, you like to look good. It's it's a good deal. Using official or something.
That's
I'm
right.
sure.
You get $20 off if you go to express.com and use promo code 9991. Rolls off the tongue. Go to express.com and use promo code 9991 at checkout. That's express.com and use promo code 9991 at checkout to receive $20 off one pair of jeans in the store or online.
That's right.
Yeah, the clothes
These
are
are the
super
best
nice.
jeans I've ever seen.
Everyone wears jeans, but no two people will wear them exactly the same way. That's why you can find your perfect fit, your favorite style, your favorite jeans at Express Clothing. Code 9991, $20 off at checkout. Express Jeans, find your fit now at express.com.
So how many people did the ice cream challenge?
I don't know. It's
Hopefully
not just an
they're
ice
on
cream
jail.
challenge. It's I'm a massive cunt who needs to be shot in the head challenge. They did it to all different kinds of foods.
Yeah, that's what
like I
we
said,
should do.
Listerine.
No, that's what we should do for these kind of scummy shit people who are doing this just to get a few clicks. We should make the head bullet catching challenge. And like we fake a viral video where it looks like someone does it fine, like they catch a bullet in their teeth or something, and then people actually start trying to do it. It'd be brilliant.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It's natural
Let's kill all
selection.
the
It's
people.
natural selection. We're not pulling the trigger.
Yeah, I'm sure there's still repercussions for that, I'd imagine.
We'll do it anonymously.
so.
And
I'm
delete this
surprised.
episode.
I'm honestly surprised the Russian roulette challenge isn't a thing yet. You'd think some
Yeah.
YouTuber would do it.
Oh, I'm sure it's been tried.
That's a good
Absolutely.
idea. Yeah.
God.
Fuck. To all the courageous heroes that did the ice cream challenge, take the Russian roulette challenge.
Yeah.
Show us how cool you really are.
There's a good chance you won't die.
Yeah, you actually, the odds are in your favor.
Yeah. That always pisses me off though, because I always have these fun ideas for like certain jokes I want to do. Like I
so
would,
fun.
well, no, I would love to do like a parody of prank channels where I do pretend to play Russian roulette, but just the worry of fucking people blaming you for copycat shit. It's like, fuck. You know what I mean? You can't trust the audience sometimes.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Well, what do you guys think on that? Say a guy makes a video where he's like making a clear parody of like YouTube pranks. And he goes, this is the 400 Tylenol challenge. I'm going to eat 400 Tylenol in 20 minutes. And like he's eating fake pills. You know what I'm saying? But if someone copies him, is he responsible? Is he liable? What do you think?
Well, that's why you have to say don't do this at home. That's why they always say it on TV shows, I think.
Doesn't that ruin, like if it's very clearly a parody and a skit and a joke, wouldn't that ruin the whole shtick of it? Where if you put a big disclaimer going like, don't do this?
Well, with Jackass, they still did the stunts.
Yeah. But even then, wouldn't people maybe consider that part of the joke?
I don't know. Jokes should be illegal.
They've caused too much damage to society.
What I'm trying to say is I want to do the 400 Tylenol challenge and want to know how much trouble I'll get in.
I don't know. Just
I
don't
won't
be a
be your
pussy
friend anymore.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, just do it for real. Then I won't have to worry about it. I don't know.
I imagine there's always going to be that layer of responsibility, though. Like Tide Pods, if they found who started the Tide Pod challenge, there'd probably be repercussions.
That's true. Are they? Do they ever attribute those to one person? Those kind of trends?
I doubt it. I don't
How
think
would they
so.
even? It must be hard for them to find who originates the joke, especially when they reach that kind of virality.
I think with Tide Pods, it originated from a phenomenon on the internet called like forbidden snacks, where people would talk about things that look tasty but you can't actually eat them, and then people started going, well, what if I actually did eat it? You know what I mean? So
That's true.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe that's one of those things where it's just like a natural human phenomenon to start, where most people have that, share that thought, but they don't talk about it. Of, you know, oh, I want to eat that. So I guess those you can't really attribute to someone, but there's probably other ones out there that you can attribute to one individual person.
Like the ice cream challenge all started with one person, I imagine.
Very likely, yeah.
yeah, it did. The person facing 20 years.
Oh, it started with the girl?
I thought
I thought it started with the dude who did it at like Walmart, and they were giggling a bunch, and then later someone called the cops on them. And
I was under the impression that it was the girl Kaya was talking about, but I guess I could be wrong.
She's become the face of it.
It was President Taft.
yeah, he stopped the White House on the tracks and said, "I need ice cream."
He was a notoriously fat man who'd
Yes.
often get stuck in his bathtub.
They had to custom build him one for the White House because
That's
he was
right.
too big. Yeah, Taft was a big fat ass for his day.
He was a big boy.
By today's standards, though, he was average weight. That's sad.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Wait, really? He was
Yeah.
average weight by today's
President
standards?
Taft. All right, think about it this way: President Taft weighed 354 pounds. It's not average, but that's still, for today's standards, there's plenty of people who weigh that much.
That's a good point,
Yeah.
yeah.
I found it was Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt?
What?
Yeah,
What?
he owned the railroads.
Vanderbilt
Oh.
was the guy we were talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here
You're still
even,
on that?
I really wanted to figure out who it was.
Here, let's give even more context. Taft at his heaviest was 354, but when he died, he was 280 pounds. And people,
Wow, good.
yeah, people thought he was a massive fat ass back then.
Wait. So you're saying him getting thinner killed him?
Don't start this, Jackson. No, don't enable
Maybe
people.
fat people have it the right way.
Yeah, all the fat protected his heart. And then when he lost it, it gave out. Oh, God.
I mean, maybe.
We used to have freak shows back in the fucking like 1920s where, well, think about this though. We used to have
The good old days.
our culture's changed so much though with what we eat and our calories. We used to have fucking freak shows back in the day where they'd say like,
still have freak shows.
No, but think about it. They go, come see the
don't.
amazing 300-pound man. He's such a fucking freak. Disgusting. This is so absurd. 300-pound person. What the fuck?
Where do you see
about
freak shows anymore? There aren't any.
That's why I said there used to be.
No, I'm
Because
talking
all
to
the
Jackson.
freaks are in society now. Society's the freak show, Kaya.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe you're the freak, normie.
Do you even 4chan, Jackson?
Dude, all of them have become so mundane, which is boring. Sometimes I want to
Yeah.
go full Amish. Like, if I lived with the goddamn Amish for like a year and then left, imagine how much more fun it would be to see my first porno again.
Oh, yeah.
Life would feel refreshed, like a reset, because now everything's so fucking mundane. Oh, you have a nose ring, and you have horn implants under your skin. Ooh. You're a Redditor.
that's cool.
Congratulations.
This is the argument against living forever, Kaya, and you always say that you want to live forever.
That's true.
He's just saying it'd be cool. He's not saying he wants to. He just said it'd be an interesting experience from a scientific perspective to see porn again for the first time.
Yeah.
No, he said it'd be enjoyable.
Yeah, to see it again. What is your argument here? What are you disagreeing with?
Yeah, I was a little
Life would
confused
not
there.
be enjoyable once everything goes on forever. That's your argument.
I
disagreed.
No, I said
Okay,
society is
think
getting
about it
more
this way.
boring. If I was immortal, I could simply go to another planet or take the amnesia pill.
You can't go to another planet, Kai. I watched a video on that today. Did you know that if you were to go to the nearest planet that actually has life on it, it would take literally hundreds of billions of years?
See,
As an immortal, that would be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you want to
But it
make
would be
that
100
trip
billions of years of pain
of
and
nothing,
like,
of absolute nothing?
you'd be bored.
Yeah,
plenty
you'd
of-
be bored.
plenty of
You
time
would
to-
want death.
plenty of time to forget my pornos. Also, that time compared to infinity is 0. That's nothing. That's a blink of an eye for a god like me.
But by the time you get there, the heat death of the universe is going to occur, and there will be nothing to get to.
That hasn't been confirmed that there will be a heat death in the universe. It's a speculative theory on one of 3 possibilities.
All right, let me bring up a good argument for you. The planets are going to die, right?
Yes.
Okay, where do you go after
Hopefully.
that?
Not if I can help it.
Yeah, exactly.
can't,
Kaya,
though.
You want to nuke the fucking Antarctic?
Yeah, well, that's our
that
planet.
might be the way to save it.
I'm not gonna help our planet.
Yeah, maybe that saves it.
Yeah, you don't
man,
know. Maybe
Kaya,
that'll save it. Maybe it'll do some sort of a reverse fuck up nuclear radiation into the clouds, raining down just on the fields. Where, like, you're gonna get a nuclear cloud, and all the water is gonna melt, which is gonna lead to some, I guess, cloud formations, which are gonna rain nuclear rain onto fields and crops. Maybe they mutate into awesome, very fertile plants, and we can feed everyone on Earth.
This is the
Exactly.
kind of talking that's going to get you hired at your Turkish reactor or whatever it is.
I'm asking you, is it not worth a try?
No, it's not.
All right, should we do the game show? Whatever.
And things we
what do you
like.
call it?
Sure. Where are we at?
We're at like
112.
115.
We have 30 seconds worth of voicemail, so let's blast through those real quick. Sorry if this is ear rapey. I didn't listen to these beforehand. Andrew, this one's for you for some reason.
And yeah, anyway, this is a message for the official podcast. Andrew, fuck you, you piece of shit. You can't fucking get to my high school graduation party, but you could get Kaya and Jackson to the States. Fuck you, Andrew. Goodbye.
Yeah, what's up with that,
What did
Andrew?
he say?
I can't.
He was speaking
He
way
said-
too fast for me to
He said I
understand.
could get you two to the States, but I couldn't go to his high school graduation. What the fuck? I think I know who that is. I think he messaged me on Twitter not that long ago saying, "Why didn't you wish me a happy birthday when I had never spoken to him before?" So if that,
Why didn't you?
I know. I feel like an asshole.
Kind of an asshole.
He's really good at getting where I'm really fucking up. Whoever that was, I'm sorry. I am very.
It would also be illegal
No,
for
you're
Andrew to
not.
attend your high school party.
Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
not
That's
sorry.
also true.
I am.
Yeah.
Hey, you can go to a new graduation with him.
Yeah.
You can always make it up.
Hey, he's probably going to go to college. Invite me to your college graduation. I'll try to go.
You're not
Oh,
gonna
he can
go.
actually go to that one.
Yeah.
Of age.
I'll do it. So
might
what?
have put
In
out.
4 years, I'll be what, 31. So if I'm not like an actual adult by then, let me know, and I'll
Yeah,
go.
that won't be creepy.
You should be an actual adult by now.
We all are.
Why are you putting it off?
It's hard. Being an adult's hard. I'm lazy.
Why can't you be more like Jackson, who's already mastered an adult at 22, making a porn game?
That's true. Jackson's the only one with some sort of career going on outside of this.
I wouldn't call this a career.
It's a passion.
Jackson, can I intern at your game studio?
It's a pending lawsuit.
I'm gonna get it on my gravestone. Actually, if any kid wants it on their gravestone, I'll allow it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You can have porn on it. That's nice.
Timmy always loved Game of Moans. This is his favorite porn parody. Never could find that fucking sword, though. Are there any other voicemails?
Yeah, just let me collect myself. I'll just use this as an excuse to segue into an ad for our Patreon. Fuck it. Also, yeah, I just realized I accidentally exported all these in 1.5 speed, so just keep up, damn it. This is Doug and Anthony talking about being on our show real quick.
No. So what you want is everybody going over and listening to their bonus episode on their Patreon.
Yeah.
And then telling them that they need to have us on their regular show. Not the fucking half-ass one that nobody. The big.
The half-ass one that they would invite us on. We're not good enough to be on their regular show.
Not yet. But I want to say we don't half-ass our goddamn Patreon. I'd say a lot of them are actually better than our public episodes. So go to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. Check out the last episode with Doug and Anthony from the Who's Right podcast. It's getting rave reviews. I don't know if you guys have checked out the comments under it, but they're like all positive. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
People really like Doug and Anthony.
Yeah.
They're nice guys.
Yeah. I don't know why it is, but
Maybe
every
one day I'll
time
meet
one of
them.
you guys is missing, it becomes a popular episode.
Because it breaks up the monotony of 130 episodes in a row with the same 4 voices.
Well, that's a sad way of putting it, but yeah, I guess.
That was a very sad way
Yeah.
of putting that.
Hey, I didn't say it was for me. I love our voices.
Jackson, just-
I could listen to us 4 all the time.
I
Just go
could
back
not.
to making your fucking game, man. Go back to making your fucking game. I get it. You don't want to be here anymore. Fine. Whatever.
Screw
What
that,
an
buddy.
idiot.
I'm
I
already
can't
tired
jerk
of
off
you
to
guys.
this.
Okay, here's my
Jesus.
segue into the things we like corner.
This is Mike from Ohio, Mike the Sweat. I just want to say, fuck the official podcast. I skip every week just to the very end to the things we like corner. Fuck everything else. Bye.
Damn right.
They might seem like cynical dicks, so they're going to throw this into the mix. Just so you don't think they're dead inside, it's the things we like corner.
I can't wait for us to get to, like, I don't know, episode 900, and we've grown tired of this show, and we don't want to do it anymore, and that song just brings up pure existential dread in all of us.
At this point, I just
Do you
played
guys
out of
still want to
spite.
do this? I was going to, for my things I like this week, I was going to bring up 2 things. I'm only going to do one, but I was going to bring up 2 things that make me sound like an old 60-year-old white man. So that's exciting. I guess I will choose the one that makes me seem less lame and go with cheese. I really like cheese. Cheese is delicious.
Fuck yeah, it
I mean,
is.
I've always liked cheese, but this last week I've been eating a lot of cheese. Cheese and crackers have been keeping me going throughout these long work days working on Game of Moans. It's been cheese and jerking off mostly. It's been fun.
Fuck yeah.
Jerking off to
I
your
can
own
always-
game.
I can
You're
respect
just
a man
beta
eating
testing it
cheese.
yourself.
I'm just a bug tester.
Can I get hard to this?
Fuck yeah.
It doesn't work.
That's such a good choice, Jackson. There's so
Well, I
many
mean,
good
at some point
cheeses.
you do have to kind of take an analytical mind and like kind of analyze your own work and make sure that it serves its purpose.
Agreed.
Damn it, now I want to pick cheese. All right.
Too late.
My choice for the things we like corner is I don't know. I guess at first it's not going to sound like something I like, but I like the LA Noire VR walkthrough by GTA series videos. Because this is a guy
What the fuck?
yeah, so this is a channel that makes like just Grand Theft Auto videos. Just, you know, you can imagine what it is: walkthroughs, Easter eggs, funny stuff, what the fuck ever. Mostly anything by Rockstar. But the guy running the channel does a full walkthrough of the game LA Noire VR, and he does some of the funniest shit in VR I've seen in a very, very long time. So he doesn't record any of his own audio. He just records the game feed itself. So you basically have Cole Phelps, the detective you play as in the game, just acting like a mute toddler, just constantly throwing shit and making stupid gestures and drawing on stuff because you're given a pen. And having played the original game, just to see the ways that you can fuck around with that game and just make it really goddamn funny, it's beautiful. And he does it for the entire game. It's a short game because it's VR, but it's like a 5-hour video. But just, oh my god, I die laughing when I watch these fucking videos. So I highly recommend it, just to put it on in the background, especially if you haven't seen the game before. This is a fun game.
Why would you put it on in the background, though? That seems like something you'd have to be watching to laugh at. Otherwise, you're just listening to the game dialogue.
Well, it's also 5 hours long, so you can just kind of, I don't know, watch it in chunks. All right, watch it in chunks is more what I meant. I wouldn't watch it
Gotcha.
in one sitting. So there you go. That's my answer.
I guess my answer this week is anime music. I really like working out to anime music. It makes me go like a fucking feral animal. I like lift significantly harder than I normally do. So yeah, anime OSTs like My Hero and shit, One Punch Man and shit. Shit fucking pumps me up real hard.
He's found his secret ingredient.
I know shit. It's like when I was over at your place, I told you
pumps you up's gonna make you go.
You gotta make some changes. Like go into your gym. It's like you have carpet on the floor, like this floofy carpet, all cozy. Your lighting is very dim, right? It's like the kind of lighting that makes you sleepy, like dim yellow lighting, warm brown lighting. No music, you don't listen to anything, you just go in there, lift in silence. It's like walking into a sad basement, like a sad NAMLA meeting or something. I told you, get a sound system in there, at least, like, I don't know, you listen to music on your iPod. Shit, now I sound old.
I still use an iPod. I can't listen to music on it, though.
Do you like cheese too, Kyle?
Yeah.
You are old.
What? God, I'm too fucking...
There's meant to be a bit of back and
right
forth
now, man. I don't.
Kyle.
Goddamn, no. Jesus Christ.
What is wrong? Jesus.
Did you take a Tylenol? What happened?
Oh, that explains all the foam. No, I don't know. Like I said, I think it's low blood sugar. I don't want to leave the show just to go eat. I had my mind set on just
I hope it's that.
Being all professional
not,
this time.
Breaking.
What?
Nothing. Don't. We said it at the same time. It doesn't matter. Fuck.
Oh, okay.
Move on. Your turn. Tell us what you like.
I don't even know. I watched Stranger Things 3. That was good. The last season. Go check that out, I guess, until I remember what I actually like. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Game show.
Okay, game show. Everybody ready?
This one's probably pretty easy.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah, I actually think Charlie will probably get this first. So, Kaya, Jackson, I want fingers on the buzzers.
Can you give me a hint?
Safely say Kaya will not even answer.
I don't even know if he can hear at the moment.
I don't think you guys need a hint. I think this one's iconic enough. I think this is another reflex one.
Spider-Man.
All right, Jackson gets a point. No, I'm kidding.
Did I actually?
No, it's not Spider. That's your hint. It's not Spider-Man related.
Okay, well, so it's not a dead kid. Here we go.
Ace Attorney.
Nope.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid.
Charlie got it.
Yeah.
Well, it's what?
I didn't recognize it until I heard the violin come in.
There you go. Figured that was easy enough.
I haven't played Metal Gear Solid in a real long time.
Yeah, but that song is just so. Even in memes, it still gets used all the time.
Yeah.
You know how my mind works? Even after you said that wasn't Spider-Man, my mind was just constantly saying Spider-Man.
I just imagine your brain just going, Spider-Man! It's Spider-Man!
It was.
Say
I couldn't
Spider-Man!
think through it. I couldn't hear the song through me just like thinking Spider-Man. Anyway, I'll get it next time. As soon as it's Spider-Man, I'll have it.
Well, that's all there is to it then.
3 in a row for me then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone at home for listening to this week's episode. We've got to rush Kaya to the emergency room to make sure that his heart's still beating. So we'll see you next week. You can head on over to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast if you want to listen to that bonus with Anthony and Doug from the Who's Right podcast that Kaya was just talking about. Yeah, you can head on over there, listen to it. It's good shit from what I've been told. That's about it.
It is good shit.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks
Bye.
for listening.
Bye.